NewsX Sunday Guardian Roundtable. Well, the GST has been well and truly rolled out and it is going through some teething problems. To join us to identify these problems and also to give us the solutions of these, I have with me a panel of experts. Joining me on the roundtable is Mr. Vinod Jain. He is a chartered accountant, tax expert, and he also is on the board of many PSUs. I have, of course, the man of the moment, Mr. Prakash Kumar. He is the CEO of GSTN. That, as you know, is the network that allows us to implement and access GST. And Sheela Bhatt, she is the National Affairs Editor for NewsX. And I have with me Mr. Ashish Chaudhary. He is a chartered accountant. Mr. Kumar, I'll begin with you first. How has the initial takeoff been? Because there have been some complaints of people saying the network is hanging or something, but I guess these are just teething problems.
See, when you design such a large network, small things happen, but then we didn't start yesterday.
You started? We
started in November, and since then we have enrolled 67.11 lakh existing taxpayers, which is slightly more than 80% of existing taxpayers. We also opened registration window for fresh registrants, and that in the morning today, 90,000 have been granted and around 1.5 lakh applications are with various tax officers. The payments have also started from 1st of July through all 25 banks.
Okay.
So that's where we are. There are 3 functions to be done on portal: registration, payment and return. 2 we have done. The third one we are targeting for, which is September, which as per the government's announcement.
So basically more or less you're happy with the way things have begun?
Yeah, I mean, see, the return is something which will be a little different for people, especially in those states where they don't take invoice level data. Only 9 states take invoice level data. Central government agencies were not taking. But the flip side is they do maintain invoice level details in their books. It's not that it's not there. And some of the states, they are filing it, 9 states to be precise.
Okay, so I'm going to come to you back with some more problems. Mr. Jain, what are a lot of people, you've been also a problem solver for many people. So what are the main problems that people are facing?
No, I feel the main problem is lack of understanding and lack of willingness to open up, unlearn what you were doing earlier and to learn new things. I don't see any major problem in this because value-added tax is actually lived here for several years now. The problems of excise duty, so much monitoring has gone away. So all manufacturers should be very happy. Traders in any case are accustomed to this system, and service tax people who are not earlier getting credit for VAT and several other credits, they are in any case happy because that credit will start now coming seamlessly to them.
This is the input tax credit.
The input tax credit going to come. You know, the
how often, how fast, Mr. Kumar, will you get the input tax credit? If you apply for it, you'll get it immediately?
No, you don't need to apply for that. It's basically part of your return. So little difference from the current system, as Mr. Jain was explaining. Today, like in VAT, you file a return supported by 2 annexes. One is sales and one is purchase, and based on purchase you get your ITC. So they don't do invoice level matching. Tomorrow what will happen, you will just upload your sales data. We call it supply in GST. And the system will generate purchase data for all the purchasers. So everyone is a seller and a purchaser.
Right.
And then you need to accept that or reject that. You can also modify that return. So that's your purchase. So what you are submitting together, you are submitting in 2 different periods, and the system is drafting. So whatever you accept, that becomes your input tax credit.
See, the system is very beautifully designed by GST, and the way it has done, I think hats off to the people who have really done it, and the way the law is drafted. But the real challenge will come as to whether that matching will happen correctly. You know, we have already seen initial teething trouble in TDS. We have also said, the 26AS form has become now, of course, becoming now stabilizing. TDS returns and 26AS. It has taken several years for us to stabilize, but now it has come a really very good system. If something like that efficiency we are able to achieve, the way the designing has been done, I should say, I think it would be best in the world. I am not talking of this country alone. The designing is very good. Whether the people who have written the IT patches, whether they have been able to really do it with so much versatility in India, so much people working in different style, different methodology, whether they will be able to match all that human mind, Indian minds being so smart. So I think that is where some challenge will come initially.
Prakash, what is your answer to him?
Yeah, so it's done.
To this
okay, so let me explain
plurality
that
of India.
Plurality of India, fortunately, across the country, everyone files returns online under VAT, similarly under central excise. So saying that they are not familiar or internet is not available doesn't cut ice. That's number one. Number two, what Mr. Jain said, The moment you upload your invoice, and it is not that you do it at the last, the way we have designed, in any time you can upload your invoice as seller. Suppose you are the seller and I am the buyer, the moment you upload, I will be able to view. And I can be assured that this input tax credit is coming to me. 26As, we have learned a lot from them, but then they don't allow you to see it the way it's going on. It's only after the filing. So we learned that lesson and we said, no, we should allow the moment seller uploads, the buyer should be able to see. So that he is assured that yes, this input tax credit.
One very important thing which I think I'll also like to bring out is the e-way bill which is coming. E-way bill is a concept where goods move especially from one state to another, then it will become very, very important. The way e-way bill is structured, e-way bill will be generated with the help of the transporter. The transporter will raise that e-way bill, the buyer will also accept it, the seller will also accept it within the time frame which is permitted, and that e-way bill is valid for some particular period. If that system succeeds, I am purposely using the word if, because if depends on the way that the people are able to understand the system. Understanding is the issue. I am not raising any doubt on the system of GSTN, but people, like in TDS also the problem came because people will type something else. They will, the words will be different, the numbers will be written differently. Those problems may come initially, but slowly, I think we'll find ways as to how to circumvent those problems. So this e-way bill is something really very good, because all barriers of trade across India is going away through this e-way bill. And that number 2 sale will also be checked very significantly in that process.
That is the biggest hurdle on the biggest.
That's right.
Ashish, would you like to join in, and you have any questions?
Yeah, sir, one thing what people have been asking for is that whatever their present credits are there, present C form, F form, whatever are outstanding, so for that they are required to file their some transition 1 form, and based on their credits would be taken in the GST.
Right.
To say that window has not been activated yet, so if somebody wants to pay his tax, whether he would be able to utilize his brought forward credits and how it is going to be there in GST.
So payment of taxes will arise when 3B is filed in August. So this will certainly be done before that. So these forms will be available. They recently approved it, and our people are working on that. It's a static form where you claim that this is my input tax credit flowing out of VAT or service tax or central excise, as the case may be. And then that is given to you on your declaration.
And one more point in this would be whether any changes would be allowed in this form, because it could be possible that somebody files the return but subsequently he receives some forms, whatever, whether amendment would be allowed in that form. There could be some unintentional error in filing the form, or it will be once and all.
Can they go back and forth?
I'm not sure about this amendment part, because if I recall, it says that once you file your return under VAT, service tax and central excise, and then you are supposed to transfer the balance credit into this. So I don't think it's there, but I stand corrected on that. Maybe it's there.
It has to be there. There's no option. It can't be a form once filed cannot be corrected, because mistakes can always happen.
Yeah.
And such a large country, especially in the initial stage, in transition, I think all kind of amendments will be permitted. I'm sure, because I think for next 3 months or 6 months, I think we are talking with the government that at least for first 1 year, all kind of
there should be
amendments and
relaxation.
everything. One very beautiful thing they have done, if you have seen, is suppose you file your sales return, you make a mistake there. You need not do modification there. In the subsequent return, you can do a modification through like a rectification entry.
Yes.
So that's something which is already designed. But tentatively, my suggestion to people through this column is that whatever their current tax is coming, even if they pay, it doesn't matter, because that goes into their cash ledger. So they are not losing even if they have paid some extra. So whatever sales they are making, even if they pay, the input credit may come later. It will get adjusted in their future sales. It might be some cash flow issue, but in any case, they were not getting this credit earlier. This is an additional credit which is coming to help them. So the worry is not that much.
The other thing that you raised is you spoke about the e-way bills. I also been, there are a lot of shopkeepers and all are saying that the goods are not being supplied to us because the suppliers are still confused about the GST. A lot of truckers are saying that nobody is engaging us because we don't know how to fill these forms.
So e-way bill has not become operational, so that cannot be an excuse.
And
then what is the excuse?
Till 1st September, there's no issue at all, actually. I
But
don't think people are just like that saying. Actually, people have a habit of creating some kind of issues. The transporters have no issue, and people are selling goods.
So why is the supplies not coming in? What could be the reason?
I mean, who says that supplies are not coming?
I have been to a couple of shops. They are saying that they are still trying to figure things out. So, like, you know, it's
So one could be that whatever the stock you have, how do you take care of that? So people are trying to. There were all kinds of reports that the medicines are not there. I have personally been to many medicine shops just to see.
yeah.
Good, I mean, medicines are there.
It is only an understanding issue actually. People are, becoming apprehensive whether to do this or not to do this. That dar hai. That fear factor of unknown is only troubling them, nothing else actually.
Everybody is lying to be overcautious, like transporter, they are not taking the delivery of goods unless there is no GST number at the buyer and seller side. But it is not compulsory requirement that every movement has to be based on the GST registered number. There could be transaction between unregistered person also, or the person below threshold limit also. But the way people have probably may have not gone through fully, and they have been interpreting in their own way.
Okay. Sheela, you have some question?
Yeah. Prakash ji, you are saying, and even your chairman and politicians and everybody in the government are saying that already 80 lakhs people are filing the returns online. So you are dismissing these apprehensions that how can you go online in such a big way. So please, so my questions are a small one, but can you please answer that if, see, there are problem in digital signature certificates saying, because when they try to do it,
Please go ahead. Please
there
go
is
ahead.
there is a validation error.
I'll answer that.
Okay, then what do we do?
DSC is mandatory only for companies and LLPs.
No,
Everyone else can just enter the OTP which comes on your phone, which is called electronic verification
Yes,
code. Now,
one-time
majority of
password.
people have going.
now when they are try to do it, they don't get one-time password same time. It takes time sometime.
It is 97% time it is delivered within 15 seconds. We have keep logs. But there are 3 to 3.5% cases where the OTP doesn't get delivered. Let me just explain.
Okay,
Since you have asked,
yes.
Now this happens on account of variety of reasons. There is a failure on the part of the telcos. You may not be at that time in a zone where the network. So these are some of the things, and there is a button there, regenerate OTP. Like any bank, you make bank payments, OTP comes, credit card payment, OTP comes, exactly. Initially in enrollment we had kept e-sign also, but we have now introduced EVC so that people don't face any challenge.
Okay, what about 100 KB? Don't you think it's quite low? Because many times maximum size is, pardon?
See, there is a way, in fact we have given that also. When you scan, there is something called DPI, dots per inch.
Per inch, yeah.
You just reduce that.
But then it becomes difficult to read when you compress the document.
I have RCs with photograph in my phone. I can just show it to you.
In India,
Just
people
download.
have variety of instruments and variety of.
No, I'm just talking about the upload. You take a
scanning.
photograph. No, you take a photograph from your phone. It asks you original size,
Yes.
medium size, low
Yes,
size.
yes.
It doesn't. In fact, it's good enough. 100 KB is good enough for a photograph of 1.5 inch by 2 inches.
So, at GSTN, are you getting any complaints?
No, not at all. Initially, people had. Then we have given them advisory.
But
how
I know
documents should
people
be
who have
prepared.
got a validation error for DSC and.
Okay, so validation error, let me explain that.
Yes.
Once you submit details
Yes.
like PAN of the promoters,
Right.
in case of companies didn't send, you get first your ARN, that is acknowledgement reference number. After that, the computer processes, matches the PAN didn't send with CBDT or MCA. So if there is a validation error, on the message you will see validation error, and the email goes to you that these are the items which have failed test. Please provide correct data.
Okay. No.
One thing which I have observed in this, PAN number, there is some issue because people have using different names on PAN numbers, and when they upload data, they use different names.
Okay, so
the problem is more in possibly
so
South
Prakash ji,
India, no?
I just
But
wanted
then
to
it
ask
is-
for information that all PAN card numbers are in sync with GSTN.
It's other way around. GSTN is based on PAN only.
Okay.
So you have to write the PAN, and your PAN becomes the part, it becomes part of your GSTN. So first 2 digits are
Yes,
state code,
yes.
the whole 10-digit PAN is your part of your GSTN. And then we have 3 more digits for our internal
Okay,
purpose.
so please tell us when my DSC registration can fail.
Your GST registration can fail on account of many parts. One is whether your DSC is based on PAN. Number 2, when you are working on a computer and you don't have the administrator rights of the computer.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
These are all steps are given. We have kept it on the portal. We have tweeted it, and now people are using it. Then third one is you are not using the current version, latest version.
Okay.
So keeping these in view, the government, after they assessed for 3-4 months of enrollment, they have introduced this EVC. This simple OTP comes on your registered mobile, and then after that things have
When
become
can my payment fail?
Your payment can fail if they, first of all, if you don't have money in your bank.
No, but when you can fail me.
No, so
GSTN can
payment
fail.
doesn't happen on our portal. Nothing happens.
You're just
But
a medium.
through via.
No,
It's
no.
routed.
So let me explain that also.
Yes,
There are
yes.
also people that think that, oh, it's a private company, money will come here. No.
Okay.
You just come here, prepare your challan. And then you check, rather you choose whichever bank you want. You are taken to the bank site, you give your user ID password there, payment happens there, money goes from your account to bank and bank to RBI and RBI to Government of India or the state government. What we get back is the confirmation that this payment has been done. Then we get, on our next day we get confirmation from RBI that this money has come to the government account, and then only that we confirm the posting that yes, this payment has been.
They are the Chitragupta.
How many times your portal?
Exactly.
How many times your portal has crashed so far?
We switch it off, or rather pull it down between 10 p.m. and 6 p.m. whenever we are doing upgrades. Now lots of people have tweeted that system is down. It is announced. If you go to the site, it says we are undertaking maintenance work. It will be down from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Okay, we need to take a break, but we're going to come back and also talk to Mr. Kumar and ask him how safe is it, because there has also been concerns about hacking. So stay with us. Welcome back to the NewsX Sunday Guardian Roundtable. We are here in conversation with the CEO of GSTN, Mr. Prakash Kumar. Mr. Kumar, before the break, we were discussing, how to use the portal. You were answering a lot of our questions. There have been questions about the security also. That how open is it to hacking? So, have you taken any extra measures, because people are worried about Aadhaar card also now, GSTN, everything is going digital.
Yeah, things have to go digital if
That
we
is
want
the
to
way.
provide the facilities. And we are cognizant of this fact that whatever was kept in 37 different locations will be at one place. 37 meaning 36 states and union territories and one central government. So we have taken the best in class security from the way it is designed, the equipments, firewalls. If you want, I can go in deep into detail, but our audience may not find it. And it's a constant game of upgradation. We also have a center where all the traffic which is coming in and going out is monitored 24/7, 365. We call it Security Operations Center. And then we also get data or intelligence from other government agencies which do a specific analysis of what kind of threats are coming in the market, so that they give us alert that these are the things which are coming.
So, it's more secure than Aadhaar?
See, I don't compare because I don't know how they are, but Aadhaar is highly secured. They are there for last so many years and nothing has happened to them.
So far. Ashish?
Sir, there have been many concerns from the interior side of the country where people were either though not under the tax net or unregistered person, where they will have to make so many compliance online and all those things. What GSTN is going to provide them or facilitate them, how they can ensure their compliance?
Oh, thanks. Excellent question. In fact, for our small and medium taxpayers, we have designed an offline tool. And offline tool is a Java, basically it's a tool which pulls data from Excel sheet, any spreadsheet.
Okay.
So spreadsheet we have already released on 30th June so that people can start keeping their data in that format. This will be released between 17th and 20th. It's under test, it's going under test.
The tool you're talking
Tool. We have one round we had done the testing, but again now some improvement happened because of changes in the GSTR1.
That's right.
Yeah, and so what it does, the entire thing is offline. So you can install on your computer, Excel sheet you can, every day you input data and you import. In one go, it can take 19,000 line items. And what it generates is a 5 MB file, which is equivalent of, I'm tired of giving that example, 1.5 minute video on WhatsApp. And today, answer to your question
Okay,
is,
I got it.
people download WhatsApp video and upload even in our taluka headquarters and block headquarters.
Sir, many of the people like job work who do not have any computer system only may have mobile. Whether anything can be done through mobile also whereby this return can be.
So if they are not making any B2B sales, then you know it's only 5 line items. Gross turnover, tax rate. That they can do it on phone as well. In fact, you can open the site on the phone. But the moment if you have lots of invoices, reconciliation, then phone is not the right.
Sir, one question which is bothering people is, your PAN number is in individual name. My proprietorship is in some other name. Now, how do you really bridge this gap? Some solution for this might be necessary.
Yeah, but the way we have gone.
I am Vinod Jain. I may have Vinod agencies. Vinod
But
agencies
that's your trade name.
Where my trade name?
Yeah.
But I'll register my trade name. I'll like to register my trade name
so
because all bills are going to be issued in trade
Yes,
name.
so we have put both your trade name as well as your legal name. Both are there.
Both are there. So no issues there.
No issues, but we match your legal name, not the trade name, with CBDT.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
So long as you permit me to operate in my
Of
trade
course,
name,
like
there's no issue.
Pizza Hut, that's a trade name, but it's registered under
Some other
name. Yeah.
So that is allowed.
Yes, sir. Many of the people who were earlier allotted provisional IDs, those have been cancelled, and when it is inquired from the CBC Help Mitra, they are being asked to forget that and register it afresh. Does it have any impact?
No, I'll tell you what had happened. Around 2 months back, they cancelled 5 lakh taxpayers who are not filing returns for quite some time. So all these guys,
So it was on account of non-compliance under the earlier
Yes.
law. Okay.
But then later on, they restored 3.87 lakh. So we have already restored. So once they go to the portal, they can see their name and the token, which is the password.
Now there is a very good utility which has come. You can go to that utility, search your earlier number and the new number.
So on our portal, you can search it by TIN, old TIN, your PAN, and also your GST, provisional ID. So any of the three, if you know,
put in and you can search.
and the state, you will know what is the status, where it is.
Okay, last question is, if we are a country of jugaad, so a lot of people are saying that instead of to duck the taxes, maybe we'll split 1 crore company into 4 companies for 75 lakhs or one into 25 lakhs to go below the level. Do you have some ways of catching them?
See, for that, no technology.
No, I think
and
I have
he
a
can
solution
answer
here,
more.
Yes.
He is going to tell me how to escape your thing.
No, I will not. Because what is happening
Tell
is
me
this
how to
will
get
not
caught.
serve anybody, because a person who is selling 75 lakhs, he is paying entire full tax on his purchases. He is not getting any input credit. There is no point, in splitting it. People actually are misguided. I think compliance of law will make people sustain more effectively, and they will grow and become richer and make good money. They should not really play
I'll
with
just
the
throw
law.
one statistics. VAT data of the whole country 2015-16, there were 34% people below threshold. Threshold is 20 lakhs. So this baffled many people. Why? Because they want to avail input tax credit. Exactly what he said. That's right.
So it's actually going to.
Yeah. So people do will
Compliance is
register.
going to be bound to be more. Of
So
course,
how
still
many
there are some
crores you
challenges.
can carry on
But I
the
don't think we have time
GSTN
to discuss those
platform?
challenges which are there. There are still a lot of challenges of compliance issues, because how do we really stop people doing completely outside the system? That is a major challenge which will be there, and I'm sure good wisdom will prevail over people, because when you are outside the system, even then you are paying a lot of costs which you don't understand.
So
Because
here at
that
least you
cost
get
is
some
there.
benefit.
A lot of costs.
And certainly this e-way bill is going to help in checking out those things a lot.
Sheela ji asked a question, how many can
Correct.
come
Yeah,
on this?
I asked.
So while we were designing, we had this in our mind, because we didn't know exactly how many will come. So we did some analysis of current number of taxpayers, growth. The growth in indirect taxes is 10% every year and 3% cancellation. So net growth is 7%. But we were also cognizant of the fact that many new people will come once they see that they can get easily input tax credit and all. So to start with, our system, and the way we have designed, it's highly scalable. So that's one of the properties, the way Aadhaar has been designed. In fact, it's the same architect who has designed our system as well. So by just putting in more servers below and the storage, you can expand it horizontally. So in fact, to start with, it is for 1.3 crore. We can add many more.
Okay, so
today we are only at not even touch 70.
Okay, so by 2018 and by 2019, how many crores of Indian will be on GST?
Only God can say. We don't know.
On that note, let's end this. But thank you so much, and thank you for joining us and answering all our questions. So we hope some of your questions have been answered. If not all, we're going to get Mr. Kumar back again, hopefully. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching this roundtable. We'll see you again same time next week.